All right, I'm so excited. I get to announce Makenzie Schultz, ambassador, because it changed on the notes. What was it, like 3 weeks you went ambassador or something like that?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Congratulations. That was so exciting. And I love getting to know you and hearing your story, because there are going to be a lot of people that can absolutely relate to what you did. And you made such changes in an entire year. I mean, it's a lot to accomplish. So tell us what it was like just before you were introduced to It Works. Paint us a picture.
Sure. So I'm a mom to twin boys. And they, when I joined the business, were a little over 3 years old. So I was past the point of any excuse of not losing the baby weight or not being at my optimum health. But I was tired all the time. I hadn't lost the baby weight yet, and I could take a nap at any point. I ate poorly. I had a coffee in the morning, which wasn't just a coffee. It was a sugar-filled coffee. And then that just set me up for failure the rest of the day, because then I would crave bad food the whole rest of the day. And that's why I was tired. But I guess I really just didn't feel like I had a reason to change. I just was going through that every day and thought, I'm a mom, I'm busy, I don't need to do anything different, I'm okay.
Not only that, it's kind of an addictive cycle. Your body starts to crave those crazy things when they're not getting the nutrition it needs. So
totally.
All right, well, what was your motivation? Then tell us, what was rock bottom?
Rock bottom was, I promoted very quickly in this company, and I had success with the business. But I felt like I wasn't a product of the product, and that was beginning to get a little hard for me, that I just wanted to be strong in my confidence and then just say, like, these products are working for me. So I wanted to make a change. So I was making excuses for the supplements and not taking them. And I knew the greens worked. I heard people talking about them, but I wasn't taking them daily. So I wasn't seeing the benefits that everybody was speaking so highly of. So I just made a change and just said, okay, I am not making an excuse for not having time to take the supplements. I'm not going to make an excuse for not eating a little bit better. And that's what I did. I just decided, today's the day. Took my before photo. My husband took it in our basement, and I said, tomorrow I'm starting. I'm going to take the greens. I'm going to take the It's Vital, and I'm going to eat it healthier.
Absolutely. You're a beautiful creature of God, and you decided to treat your body like a temple. Let that sit in for a moment. There was one time I heard somebody talking about that conference, and they're saying, I'm going to treat my body like a temple the way I should. I love myself, and that's really what it's about, right? Mm-hmm. So, which products did you start on? What were your favorite? Tell us a little bit about how the journey gets going.
Yeah, so I think mine's a little different than most people. I think when most people hear that they want to lose weight, they'll take Thermal Fit or Fat Fighters. Well, I actually started mainly with It's Vital Complete Nutrition Pack, and then the greens. That's kind of what I really started with. And I always tell people when I'm talking about the It's Vital Complete Nutrition Pack that our bodies are similar to like Swiss cheese, where we have lots of holes. So even if we're eating right, there's still going to be gaps in our nutrition. So the complete nutrition will kind of go in and fill those gaps. So I felt like just so much better just by taking that and the greens. Then I lost weight. And I started adding in the Thermal Fit. And I took Fat Fighters as needed, but mainly I was trying to eat healthy, so I wasn't needing the Fat Fighters.
Would you say that, like, when you start to feed it more nutrition, you were craving more nutrition?
Totally.
It's like you can either go down the path of the bad and crave the bad, or the good? Is that kind of how?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it got me off my cycle of saying, drinking that coffee in the morning and then just going all day long and eating bad things, I also took Confianza, which I was a stress eater. And we know this business is sometimes stressful. So I think that helped a lot, because just taking the Confianza just kind of relaxed my nerves, and just it helped me not reach for that next bag of chips or
that for that that feeling you didn't like having.
Yes, yes.
So that's cool. I mean, you pinpointed why you were starting to eat. You pinpointed why you were filling gaps, and you're able to correct it. That's a really good accomplishment in itself, right? And so how'd you stay on track? Times do get tough and things come up. Life comes up. How did you do it?
Absolutely. And I'm a work in progress, and I think probably anybody is, And I was a yo-yo dieter, and I have been for years, and I still struggle with it. Absolutely. And I still would love to lose more weight. And those photos that are up, that were posted, you know, I had lost 16 pounds in 6 weeks in those, and I'm still going to keep moving on, but I think a big part of it for me is just telling my team that you don't have to be a supermodel to be successful in this company. You need to be comfortable in your own skin, and so it doesn't matter what number is on the scale. It's about your journey and feeling good in your own skin. So,
Absolutely.
That was the part, I got over that for a while. You know, like I said, I promoted quickly, so it wasn't something that stood in my way. But it stands in a lot of people's ways, and a lot of people feel like they can't stand on stage because they aren't happy with themselves. Or, gosh, I'm getting emotional about it, but I think that we need to understand that you've seen people on this stage this weekend that we're all different shapes and sizes, and that's okay. Because when you blitz somebody and they might look at your stomach, we were talking about this backstage, that as soon as you blitz somebody, they usually look down right at your stomach. But they don't know where you started. They don't know if you've lost 100 pounds. And so for me, it was a lot of just not wanting to take the naps anymore and just feeling better. That was huge for me, and I just feel like my confidence is back.
Absolutely. It's releasing everything that you're holding on to, that you're trying to hide behind, and you're letting your true self shine through. That's right. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So how, you know, tell us a little more, like, how did that feel after it's falling off now? What does the day look like? Tell us how it feels. It
feels really good. And, you know, I posted my my journey on Facebook, you know, as I was losing the weight. And I think that was really good for me because it held me accountable. And so when I would see people in person, they would say, you know, oh, I can tell you're losing weight, you look great, or I saw that you saw your journey, and it was just a good reminder of, like, to keep going, because people knew I was doing it. So I wanted to continue how I was, you know, taking those supplements, and if you miss a day, that's okay, just get back on it. And like I said, it's still going to be a struggle for me, but I feel so much better, and I know the products work, and I know that I can speak so highly of those products that I mentioned, because they've made a huge difference for me.
So there's one quote that stood out in your mind when you signed up, and now it's really come around. What was that quote?
Yeah, I saw this quote early in the business. Mike Patillo says, you know, give us a year and we'll give you your life. And that could not be more true. I signed up with this business a year ago, and not only financially are we so much better off than we were. I mean, last March we were selling things on Craigslist to try to help pay for some of our debt. And, you know, last month we earned a $75,000 bonus. So in 1 year. And so just give yourself a year, and whether it's physically, emotionally, or financially that you need to make a change, you can do it in a year. And I think that's what's so cool. And Mike's quote is just perfect. Give us a year, and we'll give you your life, and it's so true.
Yeah, commit to yourself. You know, commit for that time, and you know, maybe the year passed, recommit yourself again, and you know, just keep going through your journey. Like we always hear Debbie Sasek say, "Your journey is your journey," and then that's true with a business, but it's also true with health and wellness and the life and the journey that you're on. And you know, all that really matters is how we feel about ourselves and loving ourselves. And that's why one of my favorite quotes, or the ways I like to think about this weight loss journey, is that, you know, you shouldn't go change because you hate your hips, you hate your stomach, you hate your stretch marks. I feel like you should make a change because you absolutely love yourself. And when you start to really truly love yourself, and you love all parts about you, you love the way you are right now, no matter if it's overweight, because your weight, you know, it doesn't reflect your self-esteem or your confidence. It should not be intertwined at all. You should just change because you absolutely love yourself. So a huge round of applause. Thank you so much to this panel for coming up and being so open